Galaxy collisions. When two galaxies collide, there are a number of things that are going to happen. And so we're going to look at the results of the collision, what happens to the various parts of the galaxy, and what happens to the shape of the galaxy. So one of the things that's going to happen is that stars are going to get moved off in different directions. That's what we see in this image. Here we see the result of two galaxies colliding, and stars have gotten shot out in various directions. And that's because of gravitational interactions. Now you would think that the stars would collide, but there's actually a lot of empty space between the stars. And so when galaxies collide, it is really very unlikely for two stars to collide. The stars are going to kind of pass through each other and only interact via gravity, and that's what's going to affect their motion. But what does get affected even more are the gas clouds, because the gas is everywhere. And so when two galaxies collide, you are guaranteed that the gas clouds are going to collide. And because the collision basically leads to a compression, that triggers star formation. It starts that gravitational collapse. So often what you will see when two galaxies are colliding is a lot of blue, because that blue, of course, is new stars. So all this blue that you're seeing in this image here is where star formation has been triggered by this collision. And we can tell this is a collision a variety of ways. One, it's an irregular galaxy, but we can also see what's left of two central bulges. And so this was originally two spiral galaxies, but they have now collided, triggered lots of star formation in the process, plus shooting stars off in strange directions. So ultimately, the gas and dust is used up. It's either going to be used in star formation, or it's going to be left behind, because the stars are going to keep moving. So here we see the stars, and here we see where the gas and dust have been left. So the stars kept going. That doesn't show up well. Stars kept going, but the gas and dust gets stripped out. So you're left with a galaxy with not much gas or dust. So your new galaxy isn't going to have much star formation after this original burst of star formation. Spiral structure gets destroyed because the stars are scattered. So here's another result of a collision. Again, we see the blue, so we've got star formation taking place, but all the stars have gotten shot out away from the galaxy, so we've lost the spiral structure there. But ultimately, gravity is going to pull it all together. And when it does, what you end up with is an elliptical galaxy. Now, elliptical galaxies can form on their own. It's usually when you have multiple gas clouds pulling together, you end up with forming an elliptical galaxy. But elliptical galaxies can also be made. And of course, one of the characteristics of elliptical galaxies is not much gas or dust. So here's another reason why ellipticals do not have a lot of star formation taking place, that gas and dust has already been stripped out and used during the collision process. So when galaxies collide, ultimately we're going to destroy spiral galaxies, we're going to use up the gas and dust, and end up with an elliptical galaxy.